Or the Franciscans dressed like this in gray out here.
Playing Bob Marley and...
I mean, we're not playing it because somebody else likes it. We dig on it too. Here you are, Jesus cards. Brazilian MTV, Jesus loves you. You remember that. If you put that in there and nothing else, I'd be so stoked. So.
Pronto, estamos feitos, gente. Esse programa vai a mil agora.
All right, I don't know what she said, but I trust her.
Good things, nothing bad. Thank you. Que figura. As coisas são tão normais aqui, né?
I'm a decent cook. Making a butternut squash soup tonight. I guess hipster meets punk meets France. I spent 6 months in France last year. Listen to an 8-track remix. So anything 8-track or anything discotheque, I'd say, is definitely like a good New York mix.
Really like the 80s, really like the 90s. Just like, I don't know, I feel like I dressed the way that I did when I was like 8. Myself when I was 8, that's my style. Yeah. Now I'm just really into like owning like a few things that I really, really like and just like wearing them to death. Whereas I used to be kind of like a clothes horse and I would like always go thrift store shopping and buy tons of stuff and like wear it once or not wear it. Before when we didn't play that much, like I would put a lot of thought into like what I was gonna wear. But like now that we play so much and like it's like we went on tour for 3 weeks in the UK and I had to bring like 3 outfits and I just wore like the same thing every day and I just got to the point where I was just like I don't really care anymore like what I wear.
3
like,
cool outfits though.
Yeah, that's the difference. Thank you.
O nome dessa banda já diz muita coisa, The Pains of Being Pure at Heart. É aquela banda que fala de sofrimento, daquele primeiro amor, que a gente nunca esquece e dói muito.
The way that we became friends was kind of bonding about music and hanging out, talking about it, listening to it, and stuff like that. So it seemed kind of natural that we would start a band.
I write the songs and stuff, but it's more like how they come together when we all play them together that makes them good. Anyone can sit in their bedroom and write songs on the guitar, but what makes them like Pains of Being Pure at Heart songs is that Alex and Peggy and Kurt, who's not here today, really make them their own.
I was just talking about how hard it's for me to say the name of the band. It's so long.
Yeah.
How have you come up with the idea for the name?
It's all my fault. It doesn't translate well. It was from a short story written by a friend of mine, a children's story called The Pains of Being Pure at Heart. And the moral was that the most important things in life are the time you spend with your friends when you're young and the adventures you have together. So I thought that was a pretty good name for a band.
That's pretty, though. It is pretty. Do you consider yourselves pure at heart?
I think so. I try to be. It doesn't always work, but...
Yeah, I feel like I try to be. I feel like I have high moral standards. Yeah, but I won't wear biker shorts underneath my dress.
We got these bands to play at the birthday party that like Peggy really liked and we all liked. And then we thought like if we formed a band we could play at the party too. So we learned 5 songs and we played for about 10 minutes. But it was super fun and totally made us want to keep playing.
You started the band a couple of years ago, but you just released your CD in the beginning of this year, right? And now everyone is talking about you a lot. And do you feel it's happening too fast? Or was the right time for you to...
No, I mean, it's just happening the way it happened. You can't really control it or like try to control it. That's when you probably go insane. We just enjoy it and have fun.
And you have been compared to a lot of bands like Joy Division. And do you feel annoyed by it or you take it as a
no,
compliment?
it's a compliment. If people compare us to like really iconic, amazing bands that are much better than us, that's actually a compliment.
I feel like with every review or whatever, like someone will throw out like a new band or something that I'm like, oh, like I've never thought of us sounding like that, but I guess I can see it.
It seems like New York has become the place for underground pop music, but with a noisy twist. Are you okay with this label for your music?
Sure, it sounds pretty good. Yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah, I think you win.
Nicely
you gave
done.
us the best compliment
All
ever.
right, thank you. Before your album came out, you had it available on the website. How did you have this idea?
We've never felt like music should be something that's locked away or like you must pay this to have it. It's always been, for us, like really great that just people want to hear it, and if people want to hear it, we let people hear it.
I like the idea of like people like being able to like, hear the music and then like coming out to our shows, and like for us like that makes the shows like that much more fun.
Because I mean, you can download our stuff for free anywhere.
It was always just like we played music for fun, and it wasn't like, you know, the aim was to like make money from it.
Well, I lost my job already.
So you're the band.
My job chose for me. They were like, "We really like your band, so you should go focus on that." I'm like,
Forever.
Thanks, job. They were such big fans that they let me do it full time. The story actually ends with the line, "The pains of being pure at heart aren't really pains at all." So it's like the idea that like this striving for good things in life. It's difficult, but it's actually like rewarding, and it's not.
It's all like part of the larger adventure.
Otherwise, we'd change our band name to like the Pains of Waking Up and playing video games all day.
Okay, just
have
put
the
it
same
here.
romantic.
Put it the way it is.
My style is, I would say, a little bit eclectic and girly, I guess, and vintage. I like shopping at vintage stores a lot, so I kind of wear everything. I like a lot of skirts and dresses, though, and anything high-waisted I will wear.
One of those things where they're like worst dress or whatever. They're like, don't look like this guy. Oh, you want to know something? I actually found this book bag in the car. Check it out. You see it? Does that thing zoom out?
Tiger Hood.
I just kind of roll out of bed. Usually I look a lot better than this. Just mix and match it, high and low fashion. But yeah, that's style, right? This is my artwork, and this is very yin-yang kind of thing going on. I kind of call it homoerotic, but you know, it's whatever you want it to be. We're trying to sell it. You know anybody who want to buy it?
Everybody's filming me. I did not make it.
Toda cidade grande tem muito essa história de passantes, todo mundo tá muito na correria e não para ver o que as coisas são de verdade. E às vezes você confunde, você não sabe se é arte de rua, você não sabe se são personagens ou se são pessoas da vida real mesmo. E o trabalho do Mark Jenkins é mais ou menos isso. Ele faz das ruas de Nova York, ou acho de qualquer cidade que ele venha a estar, um grande quadro dele, o palco de teatro dele.
This guy's me, the Trasher guy's me. That's my ex-girlfriend, so I don't talk to her. No, I'm just kidding. She always gives me the cultural no, yeah. A lot of street art, they always say it's like using the city as a canvas, but I found that for me, it's more like a stage. So you make like a play, kind of, and the people that come by are like the actors. And since the sculpture itself is static, you know, what they do is really the play. And usually, though, when the police come, that's like the final act. You know, I deal with poverty or death, or just communication or lack of communication, especially with some of the hyperrealism stuff, so that when people walk by, they tend to get kind of a little bit of anxiety, maybe. Usually once they find out the piece isn't real, then that kind of relieves itself in laughter. So it's sort of like a haunted house. A guy on the street and someone else will come up and kick at him. So you kind of see a range of human behaviors, and I think that's what's interesting. The one I put the guy floating in the river in Sweden when they sent out the rescue diver, and the guy actually swam out into the river rescuing him, and I thought that was pretty, it was different, and to watch it was just like a movie. We're kind of putting the city into motion like an organism, so they kind of come out like white blood cells fighting, an infection to try to wipe it out. I mean, it's kind of like that for me. They come to see the show and they know what my work is like, and they're looking around and you can still fool them, even though they're coming looking for it. Then you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And this is why I like the girl standing there. When you come around the band, the idea of these tape people propagating themselves through these babies that regular humans would adopt and breastfeed, and then eventually the tape guy would be living with them and kick them out of their house. It's a battlefield in a sense. First you have the structure, that being the government saying you can do this, you can't do this, obey these signs, yield, stop, walk, don't walk, etc. And so that's the sort of structure that keeps you from doing this and doing that. But second, you have all this advertising that's bombarding you, and so you're sort of being targeted, almost like a cattle, like the herd is being targeted as consumers. And so that's sort of a lot of stress, I think, for me at least. And so street art is sort of a response by people that live in the city to kind of say, hey, I live here and I can impact my surroundings, why not?
Sou eu que brilho, lembra essa música?
Just celebrating 20 years of Game Boy, the original one. Just visiting New York my first time. I think it's my bad clothes because I'm doing a trip around the world, so I try to use my old clothes, but I think now it's classical and a little bit destroying clothes. I don't know.
This was actually an accident, somewhat. This shirt I actually bought in Williamsburg. It was spur of the moment. I could actually say that my entire outfit was spur of the moment, bad decision. You sort of regret it. Yeah, but I like it. It's sort of black power, pride, My mom hates it. I just bought this bag from Timbuktu. Yeah. It's sort of a little bit oversized, but I think all these accidents make one nice, spectacular show, right? See ya, bye.
Acho que o mundo tá tão cinza que tá todo mundo colorido. Acho que é uma calça vermelha, um tom bem forte, calça vermelha, lilás, amarelo. Os anos 80 voltando. Mas tem que ser uns 80 bem feito, viu? Porque é complicado. É uma moda bem difícil de agradar. Então tem que tomar muito cuidado. Mas um pouquinho de alegria faz bem, né? se voltar ao 80, como tá voltando, deviam botar os exageros também. Não só a calça colorida, mas assim, aqueles maiôs, tomara que caia, sabe? Aquelas... saltão, batom vermelho, ou então cor de rosa, aquele olho puxado, bem colorido mesmo. Aquele cabelo, sabe? Aí é bacana, porque aí vai ao extremo. Essa coisa de ficar no meio termo é que aí a pessoa não consegue se identificar com uma tendência. Eu não sei se eu conseguiria fazer, porque tenho meio medinho, assim, de... Não sou tão boa produtora de moda, stylist, mas assim, quem faz e faz bem é muito bacana de ver.
Fusing all these different genres together. Classic meets bohemian meets
street.
Dramatic meets street.
And even sporty sometimes.
Yeah.
A lot of times, you know, you look like female samurai.
People try to make a fashion statement with somebody else's style, and that's when it's wrong. It has to be your own. Why not recycle, look fierce, be fabulous, and have some sort of individuality? Right, because when you take something and you recycle it yourself, you're adding your own touch.
And you're cushioning your pocket.
Camiseta, jeans, tudo que ficar velhinho e cair na mão dessas meninas tá feito, porque elas conseguem dar uma repaginada pra fazer durar no teu guarda-roupa por muito tempo.
We like to mix a variety of textures that you won't normally mix together, whether it be a sweatshirt on top of a man's dress shirt or a man's suit jacket with really great exaggerated puff sleeve.
America has the worst percentage of clothing thrown away in these big, huge trash bills, and it's horrible for our environment. Or some t-shirt somebody gave them that they didn't like and they really want to make it into something delicious.
I didn't want to walk around the house with a boxy t-shirt or something or outside, you know.
You don't even empty the trash.
Right, you know, you put it on just to go to sleep in, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, now I have like this t-shirt that means a lot to me, that I'm not just wearing to bed. I've totally transformed the shape and the size and made it something that can transcend from night to day, and it's really easy on my pocket. Only thing
and you look fierce.
And you look fierce. You can make this shirt in less than 15 minutes. You need a measuring tape, something to mark on the shirt, a flat surface, an iron. You also need a pair of scissors. It may be just a simple cotton tee, but your scissors should be extremely sharp. Basically, what I want to do first, I want to iron this shirt to make it as flat as possible. You want to fold it in half. You need 3 measurements to make this style. When you take your measurements, what you have to remember to do is divide them by 4. Because the quadrants of the shirt are broken up into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to cut off the bottom of the t-shirt. Oh. So you keep this, and I'll tell you about it a little bit later. You want to create the new shape of the shirt, so that's what I'm getting ready to show you. I'm just going to keep it pretty straight, and it's so easy. It's almost like drawing a straight line.
Once you do one side, you are ready.
I'm going to cut on the perforated line, which includes the seam allowance. Do a secure stitch. Normally go in, and you create a knot. In and out, in and out. Hands down. So that is your simple basting stitch. You slit the seam, but you don't go all the way to the neckline. These 2 pieces now become the ties of your shirt. Anybody can do it. It's just like a cookbook or a good recipe. If you practice, you get better. This is something that you can do. This is very easy. Only thing you have to do is take a cleansing breath, breathe in, breathe out.
Okay, I'll do it.
Follow the instructions, and it will come out perfectly, and no one ever know that you cannot sew.
I guess I tried to stay chic, tried to stay trendy, but not too much. Wear boots all the time. Gotta have good walking shoes here in the city. Sunglasses always. Never know how your eyes are gonna look in the morning. Sun comes out, sun goes away. Works as a hairband. good style. Nail polish, it's coming off at the moment. Always black nails. They always look good, short or long black.
Redonda, quadrada, cor escura, francesinha, cor clara. Quando o assunto é unha, a gente acha que não tem mais nada a fazer, né? Mas ela tá aqui justamente para provar que é possível fazer algo diferente nas mãos.
Silver and the gold are the most popular, and also in the pink leopard. This one is very popular. Got crazy, I think, from they saw Beyonce's nails, and they had the Obama nails, and that's when it really got crazy.
What is the Obama nails?
It has Obama's picture on it.
That's the one, the blue one.
That's the blue, yeah.
Me imagina com essa unha. Fecha os olhos, já eu volto com ela. Não, nem sonho. Não, a rosinha também nem sonho. Eu acho que eu preferia aqui do que... So I think I'll go with the gold. The gold.
Okay.
Have to start slow. Não é uma unha, é um adesivo. E uma vez aquecido, ela gruda na unha e pronto. É rapidinho. Se arrependeu, dá pra tirar rapidinho.
Slightly preppy with a little bit of edge to it. Say this jacket is a little preppy, kind of college boy look. You don't want to look shabby compared to everyone else, you know what I mean? So I think in a way that kind of ups your style, even if it's subconsciously. 'Cause I would give anything.